Hey guys, my name's Sophie. I make videos about whatever I feel like, whenever I feel like it. So welcome. I was just gonna make a quick run through of my workflow and how I flow in my work after a shoot, what I do in my process for like uploading images and keeping my stuff organized. So yeah, let's get right into it. First things first, handy dandy SD card. We're gonna pop this bad boy in our SD card reader, and we're going to transfer the raw images from my SD card to my hard drive. I use an SSD drive. I don't really know the difference. And I always shoot in RAW, so there's no JPEGs, it's just raw images, and I don't go through them yet. I just make a folder on my SD card. So yeah, I just highlight all of the images from my shoot immediately when I get home, because I have a fear of something happening to the photos if they just sit on my SD card. So I put them all in a folder, and it takes a little bit, and then I drag that folder to my SD card. Success. And then I get my Lightroom prepared to move the raw files to Lightroom. And I don't know if this is common, but this is how I work. I like to keep my Lightroom as empty as possible. So I know some people like keep their shoot or their photos in Lightroom for like a super long time. Like I remember posting on my story and people said that like they've never deleted pictures from their Lightroom. I don't understand how you do that, because if I have too many pictures in my Lightroom, it starts to lag, it starts to not perform best. So I like to literally just clear it out. That's why I save the raws from every shoot on my hard drive, because if I ever want to go back and edit old pictures, I can just pull them from my hard drive. I don't have to like keep them in Lightroom to go back to them. Does that make sense? So I delivered this engagement session the other day and they liked them. Everything was good. I have the raws saved, so I'm going to delete these from Lightroom. I know it's so scary. Every time I do this, I'm like, are you sure? And I can always download the galleries that I send directly from Pixieset. So even if I don't have the images like in a folder already, like I just save them to my iPad and upload to Pixieset from there. If I don't do it on my laptop, I can just download the gallery from Pixieset. So I just normally do it that way because it keeps things organized. So yeah, now in my Lightroom, I only have this engagement session that I need to edit, and I go and I permanently delete all, because if you don't, then it still uses the data on Lightroom, so it doesn't even affect the performance of the app. I have these self-portraits or branding photos in here that I don't feel like editing. So they've been in there for a long time. Okay, so now my Lightroom is ready to take new photos. We're good there. And I do edit on my iPad typically, because unless there's something that I need to use in Lightroom Classic, like denoise, sometimes like color matching, I just don't need to use it. I know like a lot of photographers make it seem like you're like a novice or you're naive or you're like not a real photographer if you use Lightroom CC, the mobile version. I edit pictures just fine. The remove tool is great. AI remove, subject masking, everything that you can do on Classic, I can do that I use on my iPad. And it's easier, it's more user-friendly. I can use my pencil when I'm removing things instead of a mouse. Like, it's just so much easy. Okay, now that I have my Lightroom cleared out, my raws are backed up, we're good to go. I can start going through my raws, culling, if you will. That's what the people call it these days. Picking and choosing which ones I want to keep. So I normally start at the end instead of at the beginning of my shoot, because typically you're getting better pictures by the end of the shoot because the model or the client has warmed up a little bit. Typically like the first pictures are a little more stiff, so I like to start at the end. That way I can like actually cull them to a good amount. I feel like when I start from the beginning, I end up wanting to keep more because I'm like, but I don't know. Like I keep more because I don't know how many I have. If I start at the end and I delete them from there, I typically can cull it down a little bit more, narrow it down some more. So yeah, now I'm gonna go through these pictures, upload them to my Lightroom, edit, and if you didn't like this video, keep that to yourself. I don't wanna know. Follow me on Instagram at SophieSayPhotography, and I'll see you next time. Bye.